Welcome back, dear friends, to my session on English matters. Today's topic is extempore versus normal public speaking. This is quite beneficial for you. Now, look at the screen, please. At first, look at this word. Usually, people pronounce it in a wrong way. They call it extempore, but it is not. Its pronunciation is extempore. Once again, extempore. Then here, versus normal public speaking. I'm going to talk about it. Once again, extempore. Extempore. Now try to understand what it is. The term extempore means a speech without preparation. We do not prepare the speech and we speak on the spot without preparation. It is usually unplanned and unscripted. We do not write, we do not plan, and when the occasion demands, we stand and speak on the spot. This is called extempore. We may make a sentence, I'm sorry, I could not speak very well because it was my extempore. Means I spoke without any preparation. I hope you have understood it very well. Dear friends, this is also called impromptu. Pay attention here how to pronounce this word. We have to pronounce this P and this P both. Look at it. Impromptu. Once again, impromptu. Which is spoken then and there. Same thing is there. Then and there means on the spot you speak, or on the spot we speak. So the speaker must have good knowledge about the topic. Only then he can speak very well on any occasion. He must speak to the point and be relevant, avoiding vagueness. Our sentences should not be ambiguous. Ambiguous means something that gives two meanings. That should not be there. We should speak to the point and we should be quite relevant. Then our speech would be quite good. So I told you how to pronounce this word. Once again, extempore. Extempore. That is the correct pronunciation. There are other important factors also we have to take care at the time of speaking. Number one, sequencing of ideas. Dear friends, we have to learn to speak in sequence so that the audiences or the spectators may understand it very well. One more word is there. This is very important. It is called coherence. Coherence. That's the pronunciation. Coherence, like that. Its meaning is logical and consistent. Means we have to speak logically in a consistent manner. In fact, we should try to be consistently consistent in our speech. Only then the audiences will understand it fully and they will respond accordingly. Logically well-united sentences, sentences must be well-united. They should not be scattered. We should not speak here and there. We should try to speak logically, and our sentences must be well-united sentences. Next one is impeccable timings. Impeccable timings means perfect timing is very, very important. Our speech should neither be very long nor be very short. We have to speak looking at the situation and content as well. There should be natural and lateral thinking in the speech. It is always better if we have got our own thoughts or you have got your own thoughts. That speech would be quite natural for the audiences. So at first, we shall enjoy our speech and then the others will definitely enjoy. At the time of speaking, dear friends, we should try to take appropriate pauses. We should not speak continuously with a good speed. That is not the requirement because the main requirement is to make the audiences understand. So we have to learn to take appropriate pauses. The effective speaker usually makes the topic his own and creates a positive impact on the audience. What does it mean? Makes the topic his own. Yeah. You become or we become a part and parcel of the speech. We bring the topic very close to our hearts, and then it really becomes wonderful. So these are a few important factors we have to take care at the time of speaking. Now, dear friends, know about the types of public speaking. Number one is informative speech. The name is very clear. Informative speech means the speech will definitely give some information. So we may say it discusses people, events, places, processes, and things. Its aim is to help the audience understand and remember the information being presented. Our main motive is to make the audiences understand. We are serving information, then they should understand it very well. What are the examples? Speeches about great personalities. We may talk about book exhibitions. We may talk about visits to Ooty or some other place. We may talk about recipes, how to prepare food, what are the steps, and then descriptions of objects. It is also called factual description. We describe the facts. And the other one is ceremonial speech, ceremonial. This ceremonial word has come from ceremony. It is used in formal functions. For example, national festivals and formal gatherings. I'll tell you the example. A speech on Independence Day, Republic Day, Human Rights Day, Teachers' Day, Children's Day. At that time, we speak on that particular occasion in a formal way because there are many people who hear us. So, informative speech and then ceremonial speech. Next one is persuasive. Meaning is to persuade or convince. We try to persuade or convince somebody logically. Example is Antony's speech in Julius Caesar is a persuasive speech, persuasive device. For your ease, I want to tell you, dear friends, when a lawyer talks to the judge or speaks before the judge, he tries to persuade him, he tries to convince him. That's why his address or speech would be persuasive. In the class, the teacher tries to convince the children about the concept. He or she tries to make him or her understand. That is also persuasive device or persuasive speech. But the literal meaning is persuade, to persuade or convince somebody logically. Another one is demonstrative. So, dear friends, it is a form of informative speech. Again, we serve information almost similar to informative. Here, the purpose is to instruct the audience on how to complete a task or process through a series of steps. Here, there are steps involved, and we try to convince or inform or instruct the audience to follow those steps or process. Take an example of recipe. We are telling the audience about the recipe of preparing vegetable or vegetables. So there are certain steps we follow and we give the demonstration. That's why this type of address or speech would be demonstrative because we demonstrate there using a few steps. And the next one is inspirational. It is used to inspire the individual because the word itself is speaking inspirational. It has come out from inspire the individual or a group of people for better work and performance. For example, dear friends, we Indians became free from the clutches of British imperialism in 1947, and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru became the first Prime Minister of India. At that time, he gave a speech, he addressed the audiences and the countrymen, I should say. Nehru's address after independence to encourage the Indians after a long slumber. Slumber is nothing, only a long sleep, because we Indians were under the clutches of British imperialism for more than 200 years. In fact, we had forgotten our identity that we were Indians. That was the situation. And that speech was wonderful when he said, long years ago, we made a tryst with the destiny. And now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledges, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of midnight hours, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. A moment comes, but comes rarely in history, when an age ends, when the soul of a nation long suppressed finds utterance. It's fitting that at this solemn moment, we take the pledge of dedication for the sake of country's freedom and territorial integrity. I'm telling you a small part of it, but he really spoke at length, and that was wonderful. So this was quite inspirational, quite inspiring, and he wanted to inspire the Indians to awaken their spirit once again. Will Smith, speech from The Pursuit of Happiness in 2006, he gave one example I'm giving you. Look at this word, Pacino. Actually, it is pronounced as Pacino. He had given a speech on Inch by Inch in 1999. Once again, it's pronounced Pacino, not Pacino. It's Pacino. You have to pronounce it this way. Dear friends, I want to tell you one very easy formula, mainly for the new speakers who have stage fright and they feel hesitant to come before the audiences. I will tell you, and this is definitely going to help you a lot. Pay attention here. Remember SIECST format. Once again, SIECST format. Please be with me and understand it nicely. The following SIECST format may help the speaker in speaking sequentially for better speech. At least the speaker will be able to speak 2 to 3 minutes very comfortably using this format. It's quite evident that there are several formats for speaking and holding the attention of the audience, but looking at the practical aspects, the SIECST format is being widely used. It comprises. Now pay attention here. Dear friends, before speaking, please start with salutation. So in salutation, what is this for? To address the gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, or you may say, respected principal, kind teachers, and my dear friends, I'm here to speak on the particular topic, like that. Salutation. And then introduction to inform the topic. So you can say, yeah, I'm going to speak on women empowerment. Here is my speech, or here it is. So you have come to know about salutation, then introduction, and then enunciation. Enunciation means to talk about the main body of the speech. What do you want to convey in your main speech? That component is called enunciation. So you can speak, you can note down certain points, and you can present it. So here you will be using salutation. It is S. Then here I for introduction, then this E for enunciation, and then come to conclusion. This C is for conclusion. Conclusion is to conclude and end up well. And then try to sum up. S for, look at it, S for summing up. This is also called recapitulation. So you can sum up your speech for better understanding of the audiences. And then T for thanks. Thanking means to express thanks. So after following this format, you can very easily speak for 2 to 3 minutes in front of audiences, any type of audience, I should say. I hope you have understood. Don't forget this and try using this formula, this format, SIECST format: salutation, introduction, enunciation, conclusion, summing up or recapitulation, and then thanking. Dear friends, this extempore speaking is also called impromptu speaking, I told you. Here the speaker has no information about the topic. Schedule is not clear, time is not clear, gathering is not clear, and even sometimes occasion is also not clear. You simply go and attend the function, and somebody tells you to speak, you stand there and speak on the spot. He speaks on the spot without preparation. He doesn't do any preparation, and he speaks. And I want to tell you that when you speak without preparation, your speech is wonderful because everything comes out from within, and then you open up and you convince the people in a very natural way. That is the best way to speak. The speaker doesn't have time to think, plan, write, refer references, rehearse, and present because it is on the spot. It's more challenging and so requires the presence of mind and a wide knowledge of the topic. The topic should be very clear. In that situation, it will become very easy for the speaker to speak well. On the other hand, normal public speaking, here situation is different. Here the speaker has information about the topic. The speaker has information about the schedule, time, gathering, and occasion. Everything is clear in the mind, well in advance. And so he gets sufficient time to think, plan. He gets time to write, refer references. He rehearses and then present the speech. It is less challenging and so can be prepared in a planned way. So this is about normal public speaking. For recapitulation, I would like to focus your attention on these words. They're very, very important, prominent ones. Let's pronounce. This one, extempore. Extempore. Another one, impromptu. Impromptu. Coherence. And then Pacino. Pacino. So thank you, dear friends, for listening to me patiently. My next video will be on mental health and wellness. I will be covering many important things in a very easy manner. If this video is of your choice, please do like, share, and subscribe it. Thank you very much, dear, for your apt attention and patient hearing. Thank you very much.